Hey, this is Dave with the Prepper Bookshelf, and I've got a book for you here. Probably in today's political climate, maybe you know, people don't want me to talk about this book, but I think it's very useful. Okay, and it is Expedient Homemade Firearms, the 9mm Submachine Gun by P.A. Ludi. Let me tell you, Mr. Ludi's from England. He wrote this book. He got convicted for making a firearm in England and did several years in prison. Was not allowed parole because he was a danger to the community, even though several psychologists said, you know, he's not a violent person, he has no intent to commit violence, he's pretty well adjusted. The judge said, you know, Mr. Ludi had no intent to do anything with his machine gun, but he built one, and so he got convicted, right? If you follow this book, you can have a working 9mm submachine gun in a little time with little money out of stuff you buy at a hardware store. However, period, comma, exclamation point, you've also violated several federal firearms laws and most likely several state firearms laws to make you a felon, and if you get caught, you won't be able to legally buy guns anymore. But like I said before, I'm big into DIY, and even though I'm not going to make anything like this, and you've got to realize also the ATF has what they call constructive intent. If they catch you with the book and they catch you with the stuff in the book, they're going to consider that you have a machine gun, even if all you've got is a bunch of spare parts, right? So, you know, you don't buy this book because you want to build a 9mm submachine gun. You buy this book because you're interested in gunsmithing and you find it interesting and useful to know how things work, right? So anyway, in this book, and there's lots of different pictures, a lot of diagrams. There's some blueprints that you put on the copy machine, you glue them to your metal, and it tells you where to cut and where to drill. But the basics of this is a simple piece of metal 2x4, you know, structural steel tubing, square tubing, that is drilled out to make the receiver. The barrel is a piece of drawn over metal pipe that is chambered with a 9mm chamber reamer. You know, the Sears and Allen key. The magazines are also structural steel. You know, everything in this book is handmade, you know, except for the actual you know, chamber reamer, you know, and Mr. Ludi said that everything in here is stuff that you should be able to go to buy at a hardware store, and it's very interesting. It's got some troubleshooting, you know, tells you how to cut and you know, heat treat the sear, you know, how to make the springs, how to make the magazine stop, putting it all together, you know, shooting it. Very, very useful book. Like I said, though, you don't buy this because you want to make a machine gun. You buy this because you want to understand how guns work, right? Because if you buy this book and you make this gun, you're violating the law. You're going to be a felon, okay? However, for the price of it, not, you know, it was like $10, $15 or something like that. You know, I bought this long time ago. But for the price of it, the information you get out of it, the understanding of the mechanics of your gun, you know, it's priceless, right? And so I would highly recommend it. So anyway, till next time, you can always catch us online, www.prepperbookshelf.com.